The story of the Lost Chronicles of Eldoria, Part 3. Chapter 5. The Heart of Eldoria. The trio stood at the entrance to a colossal cavern, their breaths stolen by the sheer majesty before them. The heart of Eldoria was unlike anything they had encountered on their journey. The chamber stretched endlessly, its walls alive with radiant veins of light coursing through the rock like liquid fire. The air shimmered with a faint golden glow, and every sound they made seemed to reverberate with an ethereal echo, as though the cavern itself were a living, breathing entity. In the center of the cavern, suspended mid-air, was the heart itself, a massive crystalline structure pulsing with light that shifted in mesmerizing hues, gold, azure, violet. It hung in defiance of gravity, turning slowly, its every facet refracting light in kaleidoscopic patterns that painted the cavern walls in celestial colors. Mia tightened her grip on her camera, her voice a hushed whisper.
This is it, the heart of Eldoria. It's more than I ever imagined.
Jake adjusted his glasses, his eyes wide with awe.
The legend said it was a source of infinite power, but seeing it in person, it feels alive.
Alex crossed his arms, his gaze fixed warily on the glowing artifact.
Alive or not, it's dangerous. You can feel it, can't you? Like it's watching us.
The atmosphere was thick, charged with energy that prickled their skin and made the hair on the back of their necks stand on end. Even the ground beneath their feet seemed to hum softly, resonating in harmony with the heart. Jake stepped forward cautiously, his boots crunching on the crystalline dust that covered the floor. He pulled the worn book from his pack, flipping through its pages.
The book mentions a trial,
he said, his voice barely audible over the faint hum of the cavern.
To claim the heart's power, we have to prove our worth, but it doesn't say how.
Mia glanced around nervously, her eyes tracing the intricate patterns etched into the cavern walls.
What if we fail?
She asked.
What happens then?
Alex scoffed, though his tone was edged with unease.
Probably nothing good, but we didn't come all this way to turn back now.
As if in response to his words, the heart began to pulse faster, its light growing brighter. The hum deepened, reverberating through the chamber like the toll of a giant bell. The ground trembled slightly, and the veins of light along the walls flared, casting shifting shadows. Jake froze, his eyes darting to the glowing artifact.
I think it heard us.
The cavern seemed to awaken. A voice, deep and resonant, filled the space, speaking in a language none of them recognized. The sound was not harsh, but carried an ancient authority, each word imbued with weight and power. Mia clutched Jake's arm.
What's it saying?
She whispered, her voice trembling. Jake shook his head.
I don't know, but it feels like it's asking something.
The crystalline structure emitted a beam of light that struck the floor before them. The dust and debris swirled, forming into a shape, a figure made entirely of golden light. It was humanoid, yet otherworldly, its features indistinct, but its presence commanding. The figure raised an arm, pointing at the trio. When it spoke, its words were suddenly clear. though it felt as though they were being translated directly into their minds.
Who dares seek the heart of Eldoria?
Jake stepped forward hesitantly, his voice steady despite the tremor in his hands.
We seek its power to restore balance, to end the chaos threatening our world.
The figure tilted its head as though considering his words.
The heart does not give its power freely. Only those of unwavering resolve, unity, and truth may claim it. You must face the trials of reflection.
Mia's heart sank.
Trials? What kind of trials?
The figure raised its other arm, and the cavern seemed to shift and warp around them. The glowing veins of light on the walls twisted into shaped scenes from their pasts. Jake saw himself as a child, clutching an old map in trembling hands while his peers mocked him. Mia saw a younger version of herself, hiding behind her camera, afraid to speak out. Alex saw himself in a fight he had lost, his pride shattered. The voice spoke again.
Face your truths. Embrace your flaws. Only by conquering the shadows within can you claim the light.
Before they could respond, the ground beneath them glowed, and the trio was separated, each transported to a different part of the cavern. The forest seemed to come alive as they fled. Branches swayed, roots twisted, and the path ahead shifted, forcing them to weave and scramble. Behind them, the shouts of syndicate agents grew louder, their flashlights dancing through the mist.
The forest, it's trying to trap us.
Mia cried, dodging a low-hanging branch.
Then let's not stick around to find out what happens next.
Alex growled, his jaw clenched as he pushed forward. The glowing map in Jake's hand flickered faintly, their only guide as they disappeared into the dense foliage. Their breaths came in ragged gasps, hearts pounding as the forest closed in around them. Jake's trial. Jake found himself in a smaller chamber, the walls reflecting his childhood memories. He saw himself arguing with his mentor, insisting he didn't need anyone's help. A shadowy figure stepped forward from the wall, its form shifting and indistinct.
You've always sought knowledge, Jake.
It said, its voice eerily similar to his own.
But your arrogance blinds you. You think you can do this alone?
Jake's hands clenched into fists.
I've learned from my mistakes.
He said firmly.
I know I can't do this alone. That's why I have them, Mia and Alex. Together, we're stronger.
The shadow paused, then dissipated into wisps of light. A path opened before him, leading back toward the main chamber. Mia's trial. Mia stood in a chamber filled with whispers, her own voice among them. They mocked her insecurities, her fears, her reliance on her camera as a shield.
You hide.
A disembodied voice accused.
Behind your lens, behind your friends. When will you show the world who you truly are?
Mia took a shaky breath, clutching her camera.
I may be scared.
She admitted.
But that fear doesn't define me. I'm more than the person I was before.
Her camera began to glow, transforming into a radiant orb of light that surrounded her. The whispers faded, and a path appeared. Alex's trial. Alex stood in a cavern that mirrored his greatest failure, the fight where he had let his anger consume him. A mirror-like surface appeared before him, showing his reflection twisting into a monstrous version of himself.
You're reckless.
It sneered.
Your pride will destroy you.
Alex gritted his teeth.
Maybe I've made mistakes, but I've learned to channel my strength to protect, not destroy.
The reflection shattered, and a golden light enveloped him, guiding him back. Reunion at the Heart. The trio reunited before the Heart, their trials complete. The figure of light appeared once more, its form brighter, almost blinding.
You have proven your worth. Take the Heart's light, and may it guide you on your journey.
The Heart pulsed one final time, and a fragment of its glowing core detached, floating toward them. Jake held out his hands, and the fragment settled into his grasp, its warmth filling them all with newfound strength. The cavern began to tremble, signaling their time was up. Without hesitation, they turned and fled, the Heart's light illuminating their path as they escaped the collapsing chamber. Emerging into the open air, they stood together, the fragment still glowing faintly in Jake's hands. The Heart's power was theirs, but so too was its responsibility. Mia glanced at her camera, then at the horizon.
This is just the beginning, isn't it?
Jake nodded, his grip tightening on the fragment.
The beginning of something bigger than any of us?
Alex smirked, brushing the dust from his jacket.
Well, let's hope we're ready for it.
And with that, they set off, the light of the Heart guiding them toward their next adventure. Back at the forest's edge, the friends stood together, watching the sunrise. Mia filmed the compass, its glow faint but persistent.
This changes everything. We can't let anyone else find it.
Jake nodded.
Eldoria's secrets are safe with us for now.
Alex smirked, holding the compass.
But something tells me this adventure isn't over.
Thank you for being part of the Lost Chronicles of Eldoria, an epic mystery adventure of treasure hunting. With this final part, the story has come to an end. We hope you enjoyed this thrilling journey brought to you by Mystic Tales Studio. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your feedback in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting adventures every weekend and motivational short stories every day. Thank you again for your support, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. Together, let's keep the spirit of adventure alive. See you soon on another incredible journey.